Listen, it's the middle of the week, okay? You don't just get to lay around all day. There's work to do. Need to earn your keep. Hello, we are back. Oh, weren't you already wearing that this week?
Yeah.
Ugh, how embarrassing. I, for one, change my clothes every day.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's happening? We're here for our second haul this week. We just broke up our hauls in two, so we're doing this all on the same day, but this will probably come out on probably Thursday or Friday. But once again, we're going through some more stuff that I got in a bulk buy at the Remix from our good friend, Jen Goodell. And I showed some of that stuff in the last one, and you were showing us what?
This is all stuff from Colorado, my last trip to Colorado. I still have, guys, 4 totes full that I haven't even touched to show you or to process and list yet. I no longer have somebody working for me right now, so I'm doing it all myself. The Hara. I have not photographed and listed clothing for myself in years.
She's been doing a lot of crying.
4 to 5 years doing the clothing where I did all the hard goods. They would at least photograph and prep the clothing stuff. So it's going a lot slower, and I'm hating every minute of it.
There's lots of crying in between.
Yeah, lots of hair pulling and wringing of hands and all that stuff. But yeah, so I have some good stuff. I'm hoping to get the majority of this stuff from this trip listed by the end of the year. I think that I can. Yeah. I probably have another 400 or 500 items. I just have to buckle down and just do it.
But we're going next week to Colorado. We'll be going on Monday. So we're going, it's not a super long trip. We're going Monday through Thursday. We actually got an Airbnb with a bunch of other reseller friends. We're going to be there with Ryan and Allie, Rally Roots, and Danica, and Yuri, and Liz, and Angie, and Angelisa, as we call them, and Tatiana. And did I miss anybody? Am I going to make anybody cry?
No, I think you got everyone.
I think I got everyone. Anyway, it's going to be super fun. And so we're going to be going to the bins. We have 2 full days that we're going to be there. So we're going to go to the bins at least both of those days, I would hope, because the bins are great.
Well, we're going to be there for 3 full days. We get in Monday morning and we don't leave until Thursday night. So we pretty much have...
That's true. So we're going to go to the bins 3 days. And we have an ARC Thrift tour lined up. And I've lined up some private buys for us, especially for Ryan. So hopefully we'll get some footage out of that. But next week's not looking great for videos with us guys. But
we'll make up for it.
We'll make up for it. Anyway, why don't we get into this haul? What do you got?
Okay, so this was an ARC Thrift store purchase. I paid $3.99. This is a vintage dress. I'm going to show just the outline so you can see. And then it's got like a really full circle skirt on the bottom. It has a drop waist. It's super tiny. This is a very tiny waist. But it has this really, really cool, like, kind of like Egyptian or some Asian print or pattern. I'm really trying to figure out what it is. It's just got a really cool
I think
pattern.
that's South American.
South American?
Because look at the dudes and their hats and stuff.
Oh no, you're right. I've got some guys on a donkey. Oh, you're right. So it was tough to tell. Anyway, it has a zipper up the back. It's handmade. It's very nicely handmade. It's darted at the bust and everything, but this is a very tiny. So this would be like a patio dress. This is what I would call this, a patio dress. When it has a big full skirt like that, it's definitely a style from the 70s or so. So this is like 60s, 70s, and I love it. I paid $3.99. I'll probably list it for like $75 to $100 and see where it goes from there.
Nice. Very nice. All right, guys. My next few t-shirts, they all have a theme. Apparently, Jed's been paying attention because, listen, if you like cows, there's some really cool cow stuff out there. So first of all, I like selling like beer t-shirts, especially like craft beer shirts. This is on a Fruit of a Loom tag. This is made in the USA, so this is 90s. And this is from Dave's Brew Farm, Brewery and Restaurant. So it's got a nice big graphic on the front. But my favorite part is the back. And this is the Cow Pie Stout. It says, "Don't step in it, have a pint."
That sounds awful.
So basically, this is if you want a beer that's named after cow shit, this is it. But I love it. It's awesome. Single stitch all around. It's a nice size. This one, I don't think...
That graphic looks like it was drawn by this Far Side artist.
I don't know, but I love
Gary
it.
loves it.
I have not listed this one yet, but I would probably... Usually my beer stuff, I get around like $40 for. I might list this one a little higher just because, you know, if you like cows, it's a special kind of shirt. Anyway, continue.
Okay, so I got this at the bins in Colorado. It definitely needs to be treated. There's some yellow staining and things like that. This is a vintage. It's just a plain white shirt on the back, but it has this guy on the front. I know he's somebody. I haven't looked him up yet. I can't remember who he is.
So it just says Jimmy. That's not
Yeah,
very
I mean,
helpful.
I gotta look him. It's from 1990, made in the USA. But I know he's a guy from something. I just don't know like what character it is. If somebody knows, let me know in the comments. But no big deal. I'm just gonna Google image search it at some point. I don't know what I'm gonna list it for. 50, 60 bucks ish.
I gotta say, Google Lens has been such an awesome thing.
It's gotten
to
so
have.
much better.
I use it on almost everything because you just never know, and it's good to see like what's out there, you know, how much it's selling for, and stuff like that, to be able to identify stuff. All right, next up, guys, if you like cows, this is a really cool art tee. It says "Holy cow!" and it's got this awesome cow that's like apparently holy. He's got a little cape.
Well,
Actually,
Indian.
she's a lady. She's a lady. It's not Indian, but
okay.
Anyway, because it's got like what looks to be like it's supposed to be the United States and South America. It's not very good map, but anyway, it's got this cow flying through the air. We've got a bunch of angels. We've got the sun. I love it. It's really cool. It's super cute. Single stitch all around. Now this T-shirt, and there's another one that I have. I actually put the keywords vegan and vegetarian in them because I just try and capture an audience, and this is on a Hanes tag, like I said, 90s. I already listed this. I think I listed it at 70 or best offer, but can't tell you. But I think I should be able to get like 50, maybe on the Etsy. Give me some vegans in there, rope them in, get their money. There you go.
All right. So you've heard me talk about this brand before. This is from the ARC store. I paid $4.50. It was a 50% off tag. But Lands of Salzburg, it's the company that makes those big, oversized, modest nightgowns that are in flannel, like the granny nightgowns. But those sell for anywhere from 40 to 75 bucks, depending on the size and the pattern. I pick them up all the time. This is a vintage 80s Lands of Salzburg dress. So it's navy blue, and it has these pretty little pink like roses on it, pink rickrack trim. It's long sleeved. It's very, very cute. It has a little bit of an elastic waist, and it buttons up the front. It's in excellent condition. It is a size small-ish, but I think I can probably get at least what I get for nightgowns for it. So maybe like $65, $75. It's very cute, very modest, very prairie cottage core, all of that stuff. However, that fad is starting to fade out for sure. Gunny sacks dresses and things like that, we're getting hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Just a year ago, you're lucky to get 150 for the same one. So like everything else, it's cyclical. Keep an eye on patterns and trends and fashion trends.
All right, next up, this is, I think this has a date on it. Yeah, 1989, and it's a nice big size. That's one of the things. I got a bunch of shirts from Jen that were like 80s, and they're bigger sizes. Like this is a 2X, but it actually measures like a 2X. It's on the Hanes tag, and this is another one. I definitely took advantage of the keywords vegan and vegetarian. If you like cows, guys, this one actually says protect farm animals. And it's got all these cows. Look at those cows swimming in the background. They're having a grand old time. And so this was, to me, I feel like the target audience would definitely be, if you like cows, but you're also vegan or vegetarian, you want to protect those farm animals. Look how cute it is.
It's like a cow preserve.
I like it. I like it. Anyway, I've already had this one listed. I think, again, I listed for $70, hoping to get $50 to $70 for it. Again, those prices, those are just mine. I'm willing to wait a little bit longer. So clearly you could price lower if you wanted to move stuff a little bit faster, but go ahead.
So I did pay up a little bit for this. I did pay $8, which is more than my norm for a sweater of some kind, but this is a brand that you want to keep an eye out for as well, Lily Rubin. The items that sell the best from Lily Rubin are going to be jackets, and over time they're vintage. This is definitely 80s. This is a sweater, but it's really cute. It's a pink, baby pink, Barbie pink sweater with all little white beads all over it. So you can see it's not missing any beads. It's in great shape. There's one kind of loose bead that I just have to pull the thread through on. It's in great shape. I'll probably list it for like 75 based on the brand. And I think I can get at least 65 to 75 for it. So I might list
Very
it higher
nice.
and take 75.
Very nice. All right, next up, I think this is the last of my animal tees. This one is pigs. It's on the Juanita tag.
It looks like the cow one.
It does. It's a similar style to the Holy Cow one, but this one's a little slightly different. This is more like a patchwork kind of quilt, but really vibrant colors. So I definitely use like the keywords like art tee, nature tee, animal tee, stuff like that. And on eBay, I put that under themes. That's where I add those kinds of keywords. Since still, eBay does not have a keyword section. I wish they would. It's really annoying. All the other platforms have it. Why
All
can't
right,
eBay
Chuck,
get
if
it
you're
together?
watching us,
Come on, Chuck. Get it together.
make it happen.
Anyway, so this one, I mean, I think I can get like 40 to 50 bucks for it. This will probably be, again, an Etsy sale. eBay doesn't love us anymore, Chuck. What's up with that? Help us. Help.
We only tease because we know that Chuck watches our channel sometimes, so it's funny. Anyway, so this is an ARC purchase as well. I paid $5, 50% off. This is a very 60s dress. If it looks like it has a pattern, it does not. It is actually a crushed velvet. So it's in this perfect 60s, 70s, like marigold color. But you can tell by the ampere waist up here and the length, and that it's so long and straight. This is very mod, which is going to be that 70s, that 60s style that extends into the early 70s. And then it has a big metal zipper up the back, and it has a little bow. And also the buttons are not functional, they're just decorative to cover the zipper. So it's got this big satin bow that is almost the length of the dress as well. It's just, it's handmade, but it's very well handmade. And you can tell it's handmade by the unevenness of the stitches and things inside. So it's really cute. It is on the small side, as a lot of my vintage stuff is. So it's going to be for definitely a smaller and extra small person, but I think I can get about 75 for it.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Next up, at first I wasn't really sure what this was. It says, this is a Gildan tag. This is definitely from the 90s, because if you look on the sleeve here, it says grand opening 1999. This is dead stock. And at first I was like, oh, it's a space shirt. And then I saw it said Spirit of Ford. And it's still, guys, I'm a dummy. It still took me a second to realize that the stars actually created a car. So this is definitely Ford, the car.
Be careful listing Ford stuff. I've actually had 2 Veros in the last 3 months for Ford items. I don't know why.
Why are they such jerks?
And they were all tagged. And one was a scarf that I had listed for like 5 years.
Dumb.
And then one was a jacket I listed yesterday, actually, that I had gotten at the bins that I got a Vero on, and it has a tag, and it's Ford Performance Parts, a little hoodie I listed it as used. I don't really know what the deal is. It's not counterfeit. I mean, what Ford, it is what it is. You can't fight that crap. So
it only happens to me with vintage, but I will say, because that's pretty much all I sell, I will say 8 out of 10 times, because when you get a Vero or on eBay or a takedown on Etsy, I would say more often than not, I actually get a response, because I've created like this email that I do where I basically kind of shame them into wanting me to destroy vintage pieces.
But that's on Etsy.
Okay, hold on, please. I've had it happen for eBay as well, because anytime they do a takedown or a Vero, they give you the email address of the company that of whoever it is that reported it or asked for it to be taken down. You can at least try to email them. And I'm just telling you, for me, more often than not, it actually does work, and they go ahead.
I haven't received any email information from.
It should, in a Vero, you should. Regardless, if it comes with an email. Okay, enough of the naysaying.
I'm just going to say it's not worth listing, so I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
For a $20, $30 item.
I'm going to list it. So I already listed this one. I don't know. Hopefully I get like 50 bucks for it. So go ahead.
Okay, so this is also an ARC purchase. This cost me $3.99. This is a super cute mod mini dress. So this is very go-go dress. This is very 60s, 70s. Rear zipper. It's super tiny and short. This is what you'd see with like white go-go boots, right? And it's just this real cute psychedelic pattern in purples and like lime green and blue. And then it has this little collar design. It's very cute. Not lined. Super tiny.
Very tiny. I like it though.
Yeah, it's really cute. There's some makeup on the inside of the collar. So I'm probably not going to try to wash this because of the material it is. It's acetate, it feels like. and I am afraid that I will shrink it. So I may or may not wash it. We'll see. There's a couple spots. I don't know what I'm going to get for it, but I mean, if the right person finds it, again, some of this stuff would have sold very well for the holiday, you know, the Halloween and stuff, but I still think I can get like $50 for it.
Maybe it'll go to like a costume department or something like that.
Sometimes it does.
All right, next up here is another dead stock, nice big size. This is from probably the 90s. Well, definitely is from the 90s with this Haynes tag. And this is single stitch all around, but this is really cool. National Zoo, Washington, D.C., giant pandas. But these are specifically Ling Ling and Sing Sing, the pandas that were gifts given to us by, I believe, China. Back in the day.
They were super popular. I think it happened during the first George Bush.
I think so too. And we gave them something in return. I can't remember what we gave them, but as a return gift. But they're just very popular.
Specifically, those
giant
their
pandas.
names.
They were specific bears. Ling Ling and Sing Sing. But this is a really nice big size. It's like an extra large, and I don't remember exactly what it listed for. Probably $50. But I usually do pretty well with the panda stuff.
This one I paid $12.99 for. I don't know why. I was probably caught in the moment. I don't know. But it's not necessarily something I would normally pay $12. Oh, I know why. So this is just a vintage, like 70s, 80s, made in Hawaii muumuu. Difference between a caftan and a muumuu is usually the ruffles. A caftan is very square and just hangs. And then a muumuu is generally has some fitting to it and has ruffles and more of a Polynesian or Hawaiian design. This has a zipper in the back. The reason why I paid up for it is because it has the tie waist. A tie waist on a Hawaiian dress or a muumuu is super popular for people that are smaller in size. They love the look, but they don't want it to look like a tent. They want to have a shape on it, and so they don't always have that. So the ones that have the internal tie or an external tie do sell for more money. So I think I can probably get at least $75 to $80 for this.
Nice, very nice.
It's very pretty. And it is actually, I think it's a bark cloth. It's not a super stiff bark cloth, but it is a textured.
Yeah, it looks
bark
textured. Okay, next up, I have this really cool 80s champion. It's like a cotton kind of jersey thing going on. And this is for a swim meet. This is a state meet in Minnesota from 1986.
Isn't Jen in Minnesota? Is that why you got some Minnesota stuff?
Is she in Minnesota? Is she in
think she's in
Wisconsin
Minnesota.
or? I don't know. I don't remember.
Maybe she's Wisconsin, but
But still somewhere in the Midwest. So this is you can see it's champion. It's a jersey style single stitch. It's just really cool. And some of the old school like champion stuff sells really well. Now it is high school, but it's just such a cool, 80s kind of piece of history.
Do you have it listed?
Not yet.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know what I'll list it for. I might list it for like 100 and let it sit for a long time and see what happens.
All right, so this one I paid $10 for as well. Again, these, as you know, when I'm getting stuff at the ARC store, a lot of it is, I am paying a little bit more than I would at the bins. However, I am specifically picking only quality pieces, where at the bins I'll get stuff that I'm going to sell for $30 or $35 or $25 even if I'm paying less than $1 for it. So I paid $10 for this. This is definitely a prairie core Western type dress, but it's also like, this is like a square dancing style
it's
dress.
awesome.
It has the big full skirt. But what I liked about it is it's got like this faux patchwork thing, but it has an apple on it. It says, "I like you, America." It's like the cheesiest pattern.
Is this handmade, homemade?
Probably.
Because that's
Look,
such a weird
I
pattern.
like you, America. And then it has the rickrack around on the edges and some elastic sleeves. It does zip up the back. But this would be somebody would wear this with like a petticoat. And it's not a super small size. This is probably like a modern medium. Generally, when I buy these square dancing type dresses, I get about $65 to $75 for them. They're not huge money makers, but they're fun.
Swing your partner,
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty good, right?
No, it's terrible.
Next up, again, rodeo stuff, guys. Always does well. This is vintage 2000, the year 2000. This is PBR, Professional Bull Riders, which happens here in Vegas. And this is on a Fruit Volume tag. And this is a large. It says assembled in Mexico, U.S. fabric. Like I said, it's year 2000. It's got a nice little graphic right there. And then the back has a really cool big graphic.
And it has all the.
It's got all the
name of
dates.
the riders or just the
No,
dates?
it's all the dates of the different locations of where it is. This is the Bud Light Cup Tour You got some buck and bulls going on there, some bull riding. Just a really cool shirt. I think I listed this for like 70. Hope to get 50 to 70 for it. But again, Rodeo, always good.
So I did pick this up at the Bins in Colorado. It is Mod Cloth, which is a brand that sells retro style clothing. So it's not vintage, it just sells items that look vintage, different decades, different eras. Very popular in the pinup crowd or people that love to dress in specific eras. This is a 2X dress. I may have kept it if it was smaller. It's a little too big for me. I'm probably closer to a large, but it's in really nice shape. It's just this long sleeved dress with this kind of retro pattern. It's got this patchworky retro pattern. Again, super popular right now. But it has this big, long, full skirt with these tiny accordion pleats.
Yeah, teeny tiny.
Anyway, it's really nice. I'll probably list it now. Their stuff is pretty pricey from their website in general. So this was probably like a $125 dress to begin with, and I'll list it in the $75 range. And if I get 50 to 75, I'm happy with that. I paid about $2 for it.
Yeah. This stack is going to fall into the camera. Okay. Next up is this. This is probably one of my favorite pieces. It looked like it was dead stock when I got it from Jen, but it did have some staining on it, so I had to wash it, and it still came out looking like dead stock. And the stains didn't quite come out, but it's got like it probably was being stored somewhere, and you can see there's like.
Got some schmutz on it.
Well, it's like these really tiny little yellow stains, but I think it's like
mold.
storage.
That's storage mold.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clean. It's not like mold spore is going to get you sick.
No. So I washed it, and you can't. It's like you really have to look close to see it. And I'm like, whatever. I don't think it's going to affect it that much. But this is a Miller Lite button down like racing shirt. It says like Miller bowling. Time. Yeah, kind of like a bowling shirt. Miller Time. It's on the King Louis tag, and then the back has this awesome huge graphic, this Miller beer
it's
graphic.
A really good size too. It says extra large, and it's at least an extra large.
Yeah, so it's really nice. I have not listed this one yet. Like I said, it does have that staining, but it's super faint. You have to look really close, and hopefully somebody's still going to want to buy this for a decent amount. But I'm seeing if you can see
really
it's
hard
like
to pick it up even on the camera.
Yeah, it's like a kind of a modeling of kind of this light yellow. So. But anyway, super cool shirt. I love it. One of my favorite pieces. I haven't listed it yet, but I'll probably list it for like 70.
Okay, and this is my last piece from this for this haul. I paid $4.99 for this at the Arc. This is a handmade. It's like a almost like a poncho type jacket. So okay, so I'm trying to show it, but it's got these. It has short sleeves, but it has these big lantern sleeves, right? And then it flares all the way out, and it's just got this, it's this Asian motif or this Asian pattern. So it's almost like a poncho type cape with sleeves. And it has these frog buttons, the frog button closure in the front. It's definitely handmade. I would say, like I said, I think I'm going to list this as like a capelet poncho type thing. And I don't know what I'm going to get for it, guys.
It's cool.
It's just cool looking. It had a cool fabric and design. It's not super old, but I would probably date this like 70s, 80s, just based on the fabric. And
I think it's very cool.
I mean, there may be a better term than cape or capelet, and if this is like traditional, Asian,
tell us.
Asian style, ethnic design. I'm gonna kind of look it up when I go and list it, but I would expect like at least $50 for it. It's cool. I don't know.
Very cool. All right, next up, I have a few pieces left. Next up is this really cool 80s
How is
vintage
it that you tell
t-shirt.
me you get 10 and you get 15?
I don't. I have like 11. I think you don't know how to count is what I think. I have 11. Anyway, it's on a Velveteen tag. I really like the Velveteen shirts. It's really nice and soft, vintage. But this one is awesome. So it's Honey Rock Camp. I don't know anything about the camp. It's just some camp. But it's got like it's very faded, but it's got the rainbow stripes going up across the front of it. And like I said, I think in the last video about the whole rainbow stripe thing is very, very popular and in demand. So I went ahead and I listed this already. I listed it for 100. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to get 100, but sometimes you got to risk it to get the money, man.
All right.
And there's no reason to not try. And so, like I said, somebody out there they just love the rainbow stripe stuff, but it's like that Hobie t-shirt I sold for $100. And
yeah, and it's not rainbow necessarily LGBTQ rainbow,
no,
but it's the rainbow stripe across polo shirts.
It's a very 80s style.
80s thing, like the stripe across shirts and t-shirts and polo. I mean, look, I'm wearing something right now. It's not vintage, but
it's just the straight across rainbow stripe. Like if you get the polo shirt that has that, those can sell for depending on which ones they are, they can sell for $200-$300.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Keep an eye out for it is all.
Yeah, so there you go.
Super soft. That's cute.
Absolutely. All right. A couple more things. Let's see. This t-shirt. Now this is super faded. This is from 2003. It's definitely has some condition issues. But the reason I love this is Boulder, Colorado, but it's Boulder, like bouldering. It's one of the things like rock climbing, that kind of thing. But the back graphic is my favorite. What does it say? You tell us.
In most states, getting this high is a felony.
So this kind of graphic with that saying on it, I mean, somebody who's a rock climber is definitely going to love
or
this.
Or a smoker, because they both exist in Colorado. It's legal there, dude.
That's true, but the picture is someone rock climbing. And it's faded, it's got some staining, it's got some yellowing under the arms. I haven't listed this one yet, but I'm hoping I can get like 50 for it. You never know. Just based on what it says on it, and it is vintage, so it's worth a try. And then real quick, I have this sweatshirt. This is a Huskers sweatshirt in really nice condition on the Marina tag. Hopefully I can get like $50 for that. The little Nebraska Husker dudes on it. And then final thing, this is the only thing that's not from that haul from Jen. And I just want to say thank you, Jen. Super awesome stuff. I love it. It was fantastic to get all that stuff and not have to source it. But the last time, a few weeks ago when I was at the bins, I didn't show you guys that haul, but when I was at the bins, I felt like everybody that I knew was showing up. Mikey, Bags of Money was there. Sunny Las Vegas was there. And then I ran into our friend Matt Kimball was there. And it was funny because he was saying to me something about how recently I've been talking a lot about Ecko Unltd. And he's seeing it everywhere. And then like literally right when he left, I pulled this at the bins, guys. It's a really awesome kind of a puffer vest. With a really cool graphic on it, and it has a hood built into
Vintage
it.
Y2K, Ecko Unltd.
Yep. I sold that hoodie for like $150, so I'm personally bringing back Ecko Unltd. But even Vicky said this particular one is cool.
Yeah, I probably would have grabbed that one.
Yeah. So Matt, I'm pretty sure you're the reason I found this, because I found it right after you left, and we had literally just had a conversation about Ecko Unltd. Haven't listed this one yet, but I'll probably put it up for like 100 and just see what happens. That's the way it goes.
Now, my Ecko Unltd stuff, zero interest.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Now, listen, guys, if any of you are like new watchers of our channel, I know that, like, especially for me, my prices probably seem super high. If you're in any like vintage t-shirt groups, they'll show some of the same stuff and be like, it's not worth anything, or that's only worth $5, or that's only worth $10. Let me tell you, that's because I just sell a different kind of shirt. I'm willing to wait a little bit longer. And let me tell you, on some platforms, it really does sell for that much, especially like Etsy and platforms like that. And some of these things, they're so specific and they're so unique, and there's maybe only one of them out there. People are willing to pay for it because they want that particular shirt. Now, a lot of those people who sell vintage shirts and they just want to like go through volume, they don't care about the more obscure stuff. So to them, they're worthless. To them, they're $10. To them, they're $5. They just don't think they'll give them away with other purchases, which is great for people like me, because that means I can source them and I can actually make money with them. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. Anyway, guys, you got anything else you want to say? What do you have to say for yourself?
I think you said plenty.
What do you have to say for yourself with your days old t-shirt?
It was clean when I put it on this morning, and then we filmed 2 videos.
What do you hope what's your goal in Colorado next week? What are you hoping you find?
So I'm definitely not looking to source hundreds of pounds the way that I usually do when I'm in Colorado. A, because I have plenty right now, and B, because we don't have the room for it with all of us traveling and sourcing together. So I'm just looking to have fun, and I will probably source as many linens as I possibly can and stick to like really, really good things that I just can't leave behind. Like it's got to be like $100 up that I'm going to make on it for me to grab it, except for linens at 49 cents.
Well, your linens have been selling like crazy. Like
I listed them all at once, and I have sold 75% of them already. And I've sold over $900 in linens that I sourced from Colorado last month already.
Yeah.
Just linens.
So if you have linens that have been sitting and you have not listed them yet, seriously, get them listed. People, especially right now, are buying.
Especially if
lids
you
like
want to go
crazy.
watch our last Sunday's show. I did show a bunch of solds, 5 or 6 solds for items over $100 that I sourced for 49 cents a pound in Colorado last month. So they sell pretty fast. If you're, I mean, I could have gotten more money if I had decided to wait, but I was in those because they're heavy and they take up a lot of space. I was looking to flip faster.
Get them out of here. Anyway, all right, guys, we will see you later, and we will be bringing back some video footage, hopefully, of our trip in Colorado.
Oh, for sure.
For sure, dude. For sure. All right. See you later.
See ya.